So my lighting is currently jacked up and I need to like lower it because it's too bright and I feel like I can't see what I'm doing. So hopefully my idea works. I'm using a shower cap and paper. And I'm gonna... Whoa. Oh, that messed it up. I also got this 15H palette by Morphe. I wanted a big palette, but I kind of wanted this one because I like the colors. And I have been looking for a cranberry shade. I'm unwrapping it, by the way, like just now. I did swatch, I think, one shade, so it might be a little off. But, yeah, this is the colors. Really nice. You could see the shower cap and the, the paper I used. But, yeah, these are the shades. Ooh, there we go. And it is, they're really pretty. I've been looking for, like, a really cranberry look. Looking shades, colors, you know, that nature. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this, really. It is too light, I guess, or maybe I just didn't pick up enough product. Not my favorite. I'm not very fond of it. I thought it was going to be darker than it's showing up on my eyebrows. We'll see. So, this is my makeup tutorial. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm like dying. So I'm taking this concealer. It is the Morphe concealer in C2.15 shade. So I just finished concealing my eyebrows, and if they're crooked, I'm sorry. They look completely different than they do in person. In person, they don't look this bright, and it's not my light either. I think it's just wasn't my brow day today. Then I'm just gonna like blend out. I'm gonna blend out the, you know, the concealer around my eyes. I didn't like this concealer because it did dry out. But, you know, I'm doing my best to, like, just blend it and make sure that it's, like, close to being, like, you know, less harsh. It did dry out, but this girl also told me a tip at school. I don't know who told me, but if you're watching this, please comment. I don't get a lot of comments, so it'd be nice if you commented and be like, I'm the girl who gave you that tip. Anyways, I didn't like the way it looked because it kind of looked patchy, so I'm taking my Age Rewind and I'm putting that on my eyelids. And I'm just going to blend that out. Yeah, the Morphe concealer wasn't that great. I had to put my Age Rewind on top. My Age Rewind, like, never fails me. I wouldn't conceal my brows with Age Rewind only because it's too light for me. Not that full coverage, but I like it to prime. Now I'm taking this transition shade and applying it to my crease, kind of blending that out. When you're doing your transition shade, do not lose motivation. Keep blending until it looks like seamless. Trust me, it took me forever. Do not be that girl that comes to school with harsh shadow. Do not be that girl that goes to the party walking up with fucking nasty eyelids. Anyways, sorry about cussing. I take that back. Anyways, so now you just want to blend this and, you know, make sure that it's like seamless, very seamless, nice and blended out. I'm sorry about my lighting doing that. It's like, I'm really trying to, like, figure out my new angles and stuff and, like, backgrounds. I'm new to this, like, YouTube stuff. I decided to do YouTube because throughout middle school, when I started doing makeup and now, a lot of girls have told me I should make a YouTube, and so I did because, you know, I want them to have something that they could watch when they're bored at 12 in the middle of the night eating, their leftover concha or leftover menudo or tamales. Anyways, I'm taking this little orangey shade and I'm blending it into my crease. I want it more warmth. This color is more like a burgundy kind of shade look type fall. I didn't make this in the fall, by the way. I made this the beginning of 2019. I just decided I was feeling like cranberry kind of look, but it turned out to be like more of a fall color. Yeah, so now I'm just taking my, you know, fluffy brush, blending it in my crease, also blending it in with the transition shade that I blended outwards, making sure that nothing's harsh. Like I said, you don't want to be looking like you have a harsh line on your eyeshadow. Make sure it's blended so you look nice. I'm taking this other shade, I don't know what that shade is, and I'm packing that on my lid. I really love this look only because it's not that hard. It's not really, really hard. It's very basic. You just gotta blend and blend and blend, which is not hard. You just need time, patience, and you'll look good. Like everything, you just really gotta blend with makeup. Makeup is all about like fading. Like your eyebrows, you gotta take time, fade them in, make sure they look good, fix it here, erase that. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm gonna be taking this foundation. I don't know what foundation I used. I think it was the Wet n Wild Desert Beige, which is not my shade. Actually, this is way darker than my shade. It's medium dark, moyen foncé, warm chaude. I was reading the whole thing. I mixed that with like a little bit of concealer so I can make it a little bit lighter. Now I'm just taking my booty bundle and I'm blending that all the way on my face. Yeah, I'm just blending that around. You want to make sure you get the edges, the sides of your face, a little bit under your chin, kind of blend it down to your neck. Or don't, because I never blended down to my neck, which is probably why I look like gross. It's just that my foundation usually matches when it wants to, not me. Anyways, my forehead gets toasted a lot by the sun, like it just roasts. So I think that's the hardest one that I focus on fixing and like covering up. Secondly, that eyebrow, yeah, I'm getting more foundation to like make, the eyebrows seem more like faded. Like there's non-concealer, but you could still see it. And I know it was really bad. I'm not used to this foundation. I'm not used to this concealer, sorry. I'm not used to this concealer, so it was really hard for me to blend out around my eyebrows. So with the Morphe concealer, I recommend it, but I'd suggest conceal your bottom half of your brows first and then do your eyeshadow and then conceal the top. So yeah. Secondly, yeah, that's it. And now I'm just blending out, making sure everything's okay. Don't be in a rush to do your makeup. Take your time if you want to look nice. If you're on a go, if you gotta go really fast and you gotta blend quick, then blend quick, but make sure it looks good. I say a lot. Anyways, blood. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm taking the same Morphe concealer and I'm blending it out. I kept up saying okay, I'm gonna stop. So now I'm gonna Jesus. Blending out. I'm blending out the concealer around my face and everything. You gotta make sure it's blended. You don't want to look like what are those contouring clowns? Oh my gosh, I've never clown contoured, never will. Anyways, you don't want to look like that. You don't want your crush looking at you like, damn, si parece como una payasa, like you want to look good. Anyways, now you got to make sure that you're baking. You don't have to bake heavy like I do. Baking isn't for everybody. You could just set your eyes with a brush, powder, like anything you feel comfortable with. Yeah, just make sure that your foundation is set and doesn't move throughout the day, especially if you have a foundation that's dewy. If you do break out for foundation and you only want to do concealer and your brows, then I suggest you get a concealer that matches your skin or relatively close to your skin so your brows look fleeky without the concealer like popping out as much. Now I'm just taking this brush and like dusting it off, taking that excess and dusting it around my face and making sure that I get all the little particles on my face that aren't set yet. And then want to make sure you be careful with your brows when you're, dusting it off right there. Make sure you don't want to erase a brow because just making sure the edges are being set as well. You don't want your eyebrows moving throughout the day. Just making sure, giving it another coat of like love and down the neck and everything. And sorry, I got itchy on my nose. So now, contouring, bronzing, whatever you want to call it. I know bronzing is to give you a little bit more color, but I don't see the difference. Like, they're the same to me. Like, honestly, yeah, I do my makeup, but honestly, like, I don't dissect makeup that much sometimes. Second, yeah, just bronzing, contouring, whatever you want to call it, trying to make my face look smaller. Just blending out the edges. Oh, and another tip, listen to me. Another tip, kind of like blend it in with your hair as well, like your face. Blend it all around. If not, you're gonna look weird if you don't have it blended around. Anyways, that's a powder brush that I'm taking and making sure that I blended out the contour right. You know, if it's too harsh, you grab your powder brush that you use for your face and start, you know, blending that out. Now I'm using this highlight that's in Lit by Morphe. It's called Lit. Okay, now we transition. Jeez, I go too fast. Now we are doing the lips. I'm using this brown caca shade by Milani, and I am using the Covet, anyways, Covet, Covet, and it's 19, Covet 19, whatever. Anyways, yeah, just apply that. I know my lips look crooked, I'm sorry. Now I'm going into my lashes. Sorry, I like have to talk fast. It's because this video goes fast and I want to talk about all sorts of things that I'm not gonna finish talking about. Anyways, I applied my lashes. I know it's too fast. Now I'm taking the excess transition shade from my brush that I use for my eyelids and blending that under my lash line. And looking up, looking weird, blending out. Now I'm taking this, you know, my other side. And this is done. This is pretty much the tutorial. Spray it, set it, do it what you want.